Good morning and happy holidays. This is World News coming to you live from Warsaw. I'm Celia Strzemska. And we begin with the latest from Finland. Sabotage cannot be ruled out, Finnish officials said after investigation was launched into the outage of a Baltic Sea power cable linking Finland and Estonia. Finnish Prime Minister Petteri Orpo took to the X platform and wrote, "The East Link 2 electricity transmission connection between Finland and Estonia has been disconnected this afternoon." The interruption reportedly didn't affect electricity supplies in either of the countries. The Baltic Sea has been a battlefield of hybrid war, with two data cables, one connecting Finland and Germany and the other linking Lithuania and Sweden, severed in November. Last year, the Baltic Connector, an undersea gas conduit between Finland and Estonia, was damaged. In both incidents, Chinese ships were the primary suspects. Russia launched a massive wave of attacks across Ukraine, targeting multiple cities, including Kharkiv. The strikes have caused widespread destruction and fear as tensions in the region continue to escalate. Our Ukraine correspondent, Oskar Turgi, has more.
Russia launched another massive drone and missile attack against Ukraine in the early hours of Wednesday morning, an attack that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky described as inhumane, as Russia once again, for the 13th time, targeted Ukraine's energy sector. 500,000 people were left without power in Kharkiv. There were rolling blackouts here in Kyiv. We had one person reported killed in Dnipropetrovsk, 6 others wounded in Kharkiv. President Zelensky reported in the early hours of the morning that Russia had launched 70 missiles, cruise and ballistic missiles, at Ukraine and more than 100 attack drones. They reported that 59 of these missiles were intercepted by the Ukrainian Air Force and 59 drones were intercepted. So again, it's been another difficult day with blackouts expected to continue throughout the winter as Russia continues to target Ukraine's energy sector, leaving people without heating in what is incredibly cold temperatures here in Ukraine. It's Oskar Turgi reporting from Kyiv for TVP World.
The protests in Serbia continue as students marched on the office of the highest prosecutor. The country's prosecutor general, they claim, is not doing enough to find those responsible for last month's collapse of a newly renovated roof of the Novi Sad railway station. The demonstrators offered 1,000 identical letters to Serbia's highest prosecutor, demanding that she, quote, starts doing her job, end quote. They also demand more transparency in the investigation and documents related to the renovation works, and they want those arrested during earlier protests to be cleared of all charges. The roof of the Novi Sad railway station collapsed on November 1st, killing 15 people and wounding 2 others. The protesters accused the authorities of cronyism during the procurement phase of the renovation. They are also suspecting a serious lack of oversight by authorities. The protests have been growing over the last couple of weeks, while police have at times responded harshly. Moving on to the Middle East now. 5 journalists were killed in an Israeli airstrike on the Gaza Strip on Thursday morning. According to reports, the victims were traveling in a vehicle marked as press before it was targeted in the central Nuseirat refugee camp. The vehicle was hit by an Israeli airstrike as it was traveling through the Al-Auda hospital vicinity in Nuseirat, central Gaza. According to Palestinian media, the targeted media van was used by journalists to report from inside of the hospital of the refugee camp. The journalists were associated with the Al-Quds Al-Yom TV channels. According to the Israeli military, prior to the attack, necessary steps were taken to reduce the chances of harming civilians. Israeli authorities are yet to comment on the incident. The Committee to Protect Journalists, CPJ, said that total of 141 journalists had been killed in the war in Gaza since October 7th. In a separate airstrike, 5 people were killed and 20 injured as Israel targeted the Zaytun neighborhood of Gaza City. A major Japanese flight carrier, Japan Airlines, has been hit by a cyber attack that caused delays to both domestic and international flights operated by the airline. The company said in a statement that the attack, which began at 7:24 a.m. local time on Thursday, caused disruption to its internal and external systems. To address the issue, Japan Airlines suspended ticket sales for Thursday's flights and shut down a router responsible for system malfunctions. The cause of the cyber attack is currently under investigation, the airline said. According to the Japan Broadcasting Corporation, no other flight carrier in Japan has been targeted by a cyber attack. And now tragic news from Kazakhstan. 38 people, including both pilots, were killed after a passenger jet crashed near Aktau in southwestern Kazakhstan. The country's Ministry of Emergency Situations said in a statement on Wednesday evening. The ministry added that 29 people were rescued from the wreck. Authorities are currently investigating the cause of the crash. Aisha Bachi has more.
An Azeri passenger jet crashed Wednesday morning in Kazakhstan, and Kazakh authorities reported 32 survivors, including 2 children, but the number of casualties remain uncertain.
The preliminary information was that there were 69 people on board the plane, including 5 crew members.
Azerbaijan Airlines flight J2-8243 was going from Baku to Grozny, the capital of Chechnya, and was reportedly rerouted due to fog. The passenger jet later crashed on the opposite shore of the Caspian Sea, near the city of Aktau in southwestern Kazakhstan.
Emergency rescue operations are currently ongoing at the present moment. Currently, 28 people are hospitalized, including 2 children.
The tragic accident is under investigation both in Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan. In the meantime, Azerbaijan Airlines has suspended flights to Russia's Chechnya until the cause of the crash gains clarity.
7 people were injured in New York City's Herald Square as a taxi jumped a curb, hitting pedestrians. The accident took place around 4 p.m. local time in Midtown Manhattan, outside of Macy's department store. The store serves as a popular tourist destination, especially around the holidays. The 58-year-old driver was injured, as were a 9-year-old boy and 6 other women. The boy and 2 women were hospitalized. According to early reports, the taxi driver suffered a suspected medical episode that caused him to lose control of the vehicle and steer onto the sidewalk. The cause of the accident is currently under investigation by NYPD. You're watching TVP World live from Warsaw, where we bring you the latest updates from Central and Eastern Europe, as well as from other parts of the world. And I move on to Jerusalem, where Christmas feels quieter this year, with the ongoing conflict in Gaza casting a shadow over the season. But in the heart of the old city, one man known as the Santa of the Holy Land is keeping the spirit alive. Our correspondent Diana Skaya has more.
In the heart of the Holy Land, Christmas in Jerusalem has deep meaning. But for the second year in a row, the city, like many others in Israel, remains quiet, overshadowed by the ongoing war in Gaza. Streets that would normally be filled with festive cheer and tourists are empty, and decorations are few. Yet in one corner of the old city, the spirit of Christmas is still alive, offering a unique twist on the timeless tale of Santa Claus that brings light to these challenging times.
Because the man in the white beard doesn't only live in the North Pole, he lives right here in the heart of the old city in Jerusalem. Welcome to Santa's house.
His name is Isa, and he's an Arab-Israeli Christian who has a special connection to this magical city. His family has lived in this house for 700 years.
I'm the official Santa of the Holy Land.
Each year, thousands of people from all over the world and from all religions come to visit him in his workshop, take pictures, taste Christmas treats, buy gifts, and hope to see him ride his camel.
And apparently Santa speaks 5 languages, but let's see if Santa can speak Polish. Santa, do you know any Polish, or at least how to say Merry Christmas in Polish?
Wesołych kot.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas is hard for me, but I try to speak. It's not easy because in Jerusalem we speak many languages.
He's always aiming to spread joy and love to everyone he meets.
Thank you.
And he spreads the most important holiday spirit.
The message I give is the message of peace, because Jerusalem is the heart of the world, and if we have peace in Jerusalem, will be peace all around the world. And I wish everybody from Jerusalem and everybody in Poland a Merry Christmas from the Holy Land! Ho, 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 ho!
Diana Skaya for TVP World in Jerusalem.
And we continue the topic of Christmas. One of the most prominent Christmas elements in Polish homes is the Christmas tree. And it would be much less eye-catching without a range of beautiful decorations, including the enchanting Christmas ornaments. Our reporter Piotr Miszczuk has more.
Different sizes, different shapes, and different price tags. Christmas ornaments, a symbol of joy, unity and celebration, make a salient part of every Christmas tree in Poland. Some of them are true gems.
The most expensive ornament costs upwards of 200 euros, and it's an open egg in the style of Fabergé with a Christmas tree or presents. Because there are various motives and it comes with a music box.
In this ornament shop in the center of Warsaw, the most sought-after items are baubles with folk motifs.
I have just bought these mini baubles, which I know from experience look the best on regular-sized Christmas trees. I like the folk motifs very much, as you can't buy anything like this anywhere else.
And it seems that Poland-made ornaments are hitting the mark on both the domestic and global markets.
These collections are also very successful because they are bought by very famous people and state institutions. Barack Obama has one of our ornaments. President Sarkozy received one from our Prime Minister, as did the Spanish Queen.
But Christmas trees are not just about the ornaments.
I honestly put everything. I put ornaments, I put chains, lamps, the top of the tree as well. Every year it's a little bit different. I sometimes make decorations as well with my friends from paper, from whatever we have. So I am a Christmas person.
And making DIY ornaments is definitely popular with many people in Poland. One such group activity for senior citizens in Warsaw was organized by the Sedeka Foundation.
We have a Christmas meeting with our seniors and we create a Christmas decoration for Christmas tree.
But there is more to ornaments than just their beauty. Not infrequently, they are kept in a family for many decades and they carry a sentimental meaning.
They bring emotions to my childhood when I was a small child, and they remind me the time with my parents and grandparents as well.
Decorating a Christmas tree is important. For some, it's an individual experience.
So far, I'm the main decorator, to be honest. But now I have kids, so I expect when they will be older to help me.
But for others, it's more of a collective effort.
When we are decorating, we are singing carols. They know one of them, like Silent Night. And it's also funny because I try to tell them about some stories just to emphasize the magic of this holiday.
Whether old or new, glass or plastic, round or triangular, all that matters is that the ornaments make the tree an even more beautiful addition to those special family gatherings.
And that's it for our first news bulletin this morning. Thank you for watching. World Talks coming up next.